Hey y'all, welcome back to another Wretched Labs video. Today we're gonna go ahead and do the windows, or actually the window regulators on this Chevy Silverado. Anyways, we're gonna get right to it. It's hotter than heck out here. Yeah, so let's get to it and hopefully not pass out in the middle of August here in Florida. So we all know how that is. The tools you're gonna need is going to be something flat. Doesn't need to be a pocket knife, but something nice and flat. Screwdriver, 10mm socket, and a pop out door trim popper outer thingy. Alright, so first things first is you're going to take your flat blade here, and up under here is a nice little pocket. Snap that off, and then behind the door handle is another door panel, and then right up under where you pull the door there's another one. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show you where those are at. So you got the main one here, got one under, and then also the door handle to open it. So alright, now just remove those 10mm bolts and all three of them. That's that one. That one. And then there's two in this door here. Now if they don't come all the way out, that's alright, because we're taking the whole panel off. So now, next thing you're gonna do is get your flat blade, come up in here. Be careful not to scratch the paint, and also don't pry too hard because you'll end up snapping those little ears off. We'll use our pry tool back here. There you go. Oh man. Alright, so just these little guys here. Alright, now, cool thing I thought about the door is when it's unlocked, you got this little tab here. Let's see if I can do this. Holding the phone. So you're just gonna pull this back, and it should pop out, and then it comes right off. So it pops out, comes right off. So that was the door lock. Jigger so it doesn't get caught up in there. And now you should be able to go around with your pry tool. I like to start on the inside, about midway on the door. Once you got it started, it's real easy to get it out. Now that is free. A lot of people will like to take off this electric panel. This split right here is where it splits. You can take your flat bar, pry in there nice and carefully until it separates, and then just go ahead and disconnect all your plugs. It'd be real easy to do it here and now. Then with the door halfway hanging off. That's what the flathead is good for. Or I guess you could use your flat bar too. Yeah, this is actually the second window. The first window, my phone got so hot that it wouldn't record anymore. Oh, damn. This switch rather come apart than the plug come out. There we go. Let me put a little grease on those pins. All these pins. You want to be gentle with them, but persuasive enough to go ahead and get it out of there. I think I've seen better days. Might wipe it down before I put it back in there. Alright, now the only thing left to do is remove the actual door latch. So the way that comes out, it actually has two little pins in there. Alright, so now the panel is off. Took roughly about 5 minutes to get that panel off of there. But here's that pin, so you can see you got to squeeze those and back it out. Yeah, back it out. Now, go ahead and take off the vapor barrier. It's held on with some sticky tar. If you don't mess it up too bad, you can go ahead and reuse it. That's what I usually like to do. Sometimes it's plastic on there. If so, just cut through it. Just leave it on there, work through the plastic. If it's foam like these are usually pretty reusable. I like to put them in the car though, so they don't get dirty. All right. Now we got the whole door taken apart, and now we're just gonna start getting that motor out of there. So you're gonna take this bracket off. This just holds the door panel on. 2 bolts and that thing slides right off. Put my bolts to the side. And now the actual motor itself is held in by these 4 bolts. Oh, well, the regulator, and then the motor is held in by this 1 bolt right here. So go ahead and take that 1 bolt holding the motor, and then these 2 holding the window regulator. And now before I take off the bottom ones, I'm going to disconnect the window itself. If it falls down there, don't worry. It's pretty big. You can just get your hand down in there. Get the bolt out. We'll get that out. Oh, damn. Maybe you should be worried. There it is. Got her. Alright, so now we got the motor, 2 regulators, and the glass actually disconnected here from the window regulator. Now when we remove the window regulator, the glass is going to come down. So you kind of want to hold it take it out all at the same time without getting your hand in the way. Alright, go ahead and slide the window regulator out. Hold your glass. Slide the other one out. Now, it should just come on out of there. All pretty like. Come on now. Oh, we forgot to unplug the motor there. Alright, old one out. Now you can drop your window all the way down. And now get your new regulator. And you want the business end facing that outside of the door. And you want that nice protected end here, like this, facing you. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these third caps. And then we're just gonna slip this guy back in the way that we took out the other one. She's in. Now we're just gonna lift up the glass so we can actually get this panel here. Now the tricky thing is making sure it's in the dang track. Like that. There we go. Alright, she's in the track. Bolt so it don't go nowhere. And now the other side. Alright, my phone didn't overheat this time. Thread that in there. Alright, and the window motor regulator is actually in itself. So everything's now in. Tighten everything down. And put that one in the motor right here. Alright, now we're going to wind up this window just a little bit so then we can we can clamp the glass. I'll show you that here in a second. Always helps to plug things in, right? Alright, here we go. Alright, so you can see there's this Phillips head back there, and then that one right there. Those actually go to the rubber. That's when you use your screwdriver. First time I'm using that now. Unscrew this guy. So the glass slides down into the rubber pieces. Same thing on this side. You want to make sure that they're sitting all the way down. If not, the glass could be crooked, and that'll make it really hard for your window motor to go up and down, and squeaking, all kinds of stuff. Alright, all that's back in place. And the window works really nice. Nice. Alright, go ahead and unplug your switch, turn off the accessories, and time to put the door back together. I gotta find all the pieces and parts, so I need a garage. Oh man. Oh, it looks to be pretty good. All right. Next, you're gonna want to put this panel back on. That's a weird one, that's for sure. It goes on just like that. And you actually want to make sure that these guys right here, they like to slide like that. They're like that. There's one behind there. And you're gonna want to make sure that's lined up before you bolt it back together, because then you're gonna be taking the door apart, getting that bracket back off, and yeah, that's just a real pain in the neck. So let's go ahead and bolt this bracket back on here. Now after you got the bracket, put the vapor barrier back on. What I like to do is I like to get everything kind of situated, and then look at where the tar used to be, and then just kind of stick the door back where that tar was. You might not get it exactly on there, but you know, close enough is good enough. That's all we're going for. farm truck. Make sure you pull out your cable for the door. Alright, because if not, you won't be able to open it from the inside. You'll be locked in. Calling 911 saying, I'm locked in my car. Alright, this would probably be a good time to go ahead and get those bolts out that didn't come out earlier. Well, this one, I don't know where the other one is. Feet. Nope, it disappeared. Anyways, they're out of there. Found one. Let's see if we can find the other. There she is. Alright, once all that's pretty much aligned here, good enough. I ain't coming off. Alright, now go ahead and put all your bolts back in. So, 2 long lines from in here. Alright guys, my phone died, or really it just overheated, so then